Welcome, my dear friends. We are to THIRUKKURAL English Couplet TV. Welcome to the TV, and we have already completed 61, chapter 61. Now we are coming to 62, Endeavor. This is called Endeavor. I have translated THIRUKKURAL into English. This is called THIRUKKURAL English Couplets, and this has been translated as Thiruvalur has written THIRUKKURAL in 4 plus 3 words. That is in 7 words, 2 lines. 4 plus 3, 7 lines. 7 words in 2 lines. This is in accordance with the couplet's definition. That is, each line is complying with what is known as same syllabic meter. And each line is having, first line having 4 words, second line having 3 words, is complying with Kural's Kural Vanda. Whatever used by Vanda. And I have made it into 16 heads. Now we are in the heading called governance, that is 10th heading. Up to 78th chapter, we are in that governance. Now we are in the 62nd chapter, Endeavor. And I have used semantical approach to translate these Kurals, and this has brought Valdwar to the translation in his own spirit and heart, and the desire through which he wrote that THIRUKKURAL. Now let's start with the first one, 611. That is 611 Kural number. Everything becomes possible if great efforts taken. Now, in the last chapter, he was talking about idleness, where nothing is possible if idleness is not taken away from a particular person. Here, he is talking about endeavor. Endeavor means try at most. If you start trying at most, what will happen? Everything becomes possible if great efforts taken. If you take great efforts, that is endeavor. If you take great efforts, that is endeavor is taken, you can achieve everything. Everything is possible for you. I used to tell this. See, if you take efforts, it is possible. If you don't take efforts, it's not possible. For taking effort, you have to have the mind. Attitude should be right. Effort should be there. For the effort, your mind should be right. Your attitude should be right. I used to tell, a person was there, an executive was there in a company, in an American company, and he was sent to he was an executive selling shoes, and he was sent to a particular island, and he went to that island, and he saw those people not wearing even slippers, chappals. So these people, seeing all those people, he was very fed up. Even these people don't know about what is a chappal, what is a slipper, what is shoe, all such. These people he thought these people could not buy shoes. They could not afford to buy. Not only that, they don't know what is what. So he thought he could not explain to those people, and he told his employer. Employer asked him to come to his company, and he was immediately removed from the company. And the employer, sent another executive to this particular place, and he went to the island and saw these people without anything for their food. They were walking barefoot. And this executive, seeing that, he told his employee, his MD, that this is the fittest island where nobody knows about the shoes, and if you send our shoes, many shoes here, we can sell them, because they don't know what is what. So we explain and sell them. This is an attitude. Effort taken, before that mind is set right. So this is what he explains. In the next one, 6:12. Workers leaving works unfinished shall be abundant. People, if they start working, they should finish the work. If they don't do that, they will be abundant. Workers leaving works unfinished shall be abundant. Abundant, the people will be abundant. Because they have not finished work. If it is taken once, should be completed, accomplished, Accomplishment is important for any job. So, and you should not leave it unfinished. Next one, 6:13. Honor be with those who acclaim work. If you acclaim work, he is using in the THIRUKKURAL, he is using, whatever he is using, a word called serukku. The same serukku we saw in 598, Kural number 598, where he was talking about arbitration. Arbitration. This pride is a serukku which is used in a positive manner in these two Kurals. Out of 1330 Kurals, these two Kurals, 598 and this Kural 613, is using it for the positive sense, for expressing positive sense, for telling us something about its positiveness. So some positive approach is given for serukku, that is pride. Honor be with those who climb work. If you honor your work, you will acclaim. Honor be with those who acclaim work. If you praise your work, if you start respecting your work, you will be honored. You will be honored. Honor be with those who acclaim work. Next word. Liberality sans acclaimed work resembles coward's sword. Cowards, what's the use of having a sword by a coward? No use. That way, liberality sans acclaimed work. You don't have any acclaimed work, but you want to have you want to be liberal. You want to enjoy your freedom. So that resembles coward's sword. Cowards having a sword is of no use. He can't even fight against his enemy using the sword. That is the liberal freedom that he wants to enjoy is of no use for those people who don't acclaim work. He doesn't acclaim work. What is the use of having that freedom there? That's 6:15. Acclaim the workers beyond pleasure acclaim the worker beyond pleasure poses relatives comfort. Acclaim the worker beyond pleasure. If you are an acclaimed worker, if you are enjoying your work and finish your work, you will the pleasure poses relatives comfort. You will have beyond pleasure. Acclaim the worker beyond pleasure poses relatives comfort. Relatives comfort. So many people will become your relative. Our relatives will show you their comfort to you, and you will become comfortable with them, and you will be enjoying that type of comfort with your relative, because you have completed your work and you are enjoying your work, and you have been enjoying these people, because people will be enjoying those people who are with the honor completing their work. Next one, 6:16. Endeavor produces wealth, but idleness produces poverty. Endeavor produces wealth. If you take efforts, it will produce you wealth. It is cosmic law. If you do this, you will have this. But idleness produces power. If you are idle, it produces poverty. You will become poor. 6:17. Darkness crowds the sloth. Industry blossoms brightness. Darkness crowds the sloth. Sloth means a lazy person. If laziness is crowded by darkness, darkness comes and hovers over this sloth. But the same time, sloth means the person who is idle, the person who is lazy. But industry blossoms brightness. But the industry, he works hard. That helps him become bright. 8th one, next Quran. That's also important Quran, which speaks about our Indian law. That is also accepted in most of the laws in the world. No handicap exists barring mistake of law. No handicap exists barring mistake of law. பொறியின்மை யாருக்கும் பழியென்று அறிவறிந்து ஆழ்வின்மை இன்மை பழி. This is what is said in Valluvas. THIRUKKURAL. This has been translated maybe this way: no handicap exists barring mistake of law. This I have explained in shortway.com. You can find there. No, in law there are two things: mistake of law and mistake of fact. Mistake of fact is excusable. Mistake of law is inexcusable. So this is the only handicap. This can be only excused. Whatever 2000 years back, he could say mistake of fact mistake of law can be excused. No handicap exists barring mistake of mistake of fact can be excused. Mistake of law cannot be excused. 2000 years back, whatever could identify, and he could say mistake of law is inexcusable. Mistake of fact is excusable. See, mistake of law means if you have 500 rupee note, it's which is a count of take this way. If you are going one way, you are going along a road and you are taking some left route which is one way. Only you can people can go through. Not they cannot come. They cannot come out. That's a one way trip, one way route. If you go into that, the police will catch you. One way route, you can go through or you can come out one way. If you use it for the other way, you will be caught by the police, and you cannot take the defense that you were ignorant about that route. You are not excused for that. Okay. And the same way, if you say something that whatever you have, you don't know that this is wrong. No, law you should know. That is why Indian Penal Code says, knowing not your law is inexcusable. You should know about your law, your country's law. You should know about your situation. You should know about you. If you don't know about your law, it is not excusable. It cannot be excused. But if you don't know about the facts, it's excused for some time. If the police is coming and arresting a person named Raja instead of Mahime Raja, both names ends with Raja. Instead of Mahime Raja, Raja is arrested. Mistake of fact, excusable. So whatever says no handicap exists barring mistake of law. Mistake of law is inexcusable. That is a handicap. Other things, mistake of fact is not. 2000 years back he could tell that. Now law has accepted that. Even in the contract law, Indian contract law, we have this same mistake of law and mistake of fact excuses. Mistake of law is inexcusable. Mistake of fact excusable. You sign a contract. You sign a contract. Two persons have signed, and you have signed an agreement. You have signed a contract. If you have signed a contract or an agreement with another person, saying and later you take a defense saying that you didn't know what is what, it is your mistake. It is your mistake. It cannot be excused. That is what. So you have to be careful about that. That is what he says. Endeavor, next one. Endeavor rewards more certainly than your prayers. People used to say like this: we can do something even God doesn't want it. No, it doesn't mean that. Endeavor rewards more certainly than your prayers. See, more things are wrought by prayer than the world dreams of. They used to say, more things are wrought by prayer than the world dreams of. But we don't know what is prayer, and we are even condemning gods. Whatever thing happens to you, you are blaming God. It is not, God is not to be blamed for your mistakes, your faults. You are doing that. God has also commanded, asked you not to do, but for your pleasure, for your desire, you are doing it, and you are coming into that. So this is a cosmic law designed by God. It is working in the nature. If you throw something up, it will come down. It's a gravitation force which is working in nature. You cannot go against it. You know about it. You have to know about it. That's why he first says mistake of fact is excusable. Mistake of truth, mistake of law is inexcusable. You have to know about it. If you But for that, what for you are living? We have to know about all this. We are living in the world. We have to know about this. This is what is education, we say. Not only reading books and knowing things. We have to know our situation, know our body, know us, about ourselves, know about our family, all such. At least just throw something above, it will come down. It's gravitation force. That's working in nature. You don't know the name of the force that is prevalent. Prevailing law may not be known to you by name, but law is there. That law, how it works, you would have witnessed, you should have known about it. See, the prayer is also that. If you pray for what you have not done, how will it be given by God to you? So prayer is that much not important as for your concern, because you are not known to that. So endeavors, that time if you do something greatly, because God has even given you that law. You will be successful if you do the endeavor. If you take efforts, you will be successful. That is nature, it's law. That is cosmic law. That is cosmic law in the world. That is as cosmic laws designed by God in the nature. If you do against cosmic law by prayer to God, asking God to do that, you asking God to do, and you are silent doing about it, God will not answer you. So your prayers will not be answered, but the efforts will be answered. If you do the efforts, it will be answered. You will take the fruit of your efforts, but you will not take the fruit of your prayers. Prayers are not required for this, because God has designed everything in the nature according to law. The law works. If you do this, see, I explain this way. You know that throwing something up, it will come down. That's a law. You are going and praying that I'm throwing this up, it should not come down. You are praying to God for that. Will God answer? Will God answer your prayers? No. So instead of doing that prayer, you can do one thing. If you don't want that thrown thing to come down, you have to work out and find out what is there in the cosmic law as designed by God, because God has designed everything already. So we have to find out that way it was found out, the airplane was found out, so it won't fall down. So they did, by dint of sheer hard work, they could find one thing which could fly against the gravitation. So it is not prayer. Prayer should not work in that. So when it is possible, you should take only efforts, not the prayers. That's why he's saying prayers will not answer you. Prayers will not be answered, but at the same time, great efforts, endeavors will be answered. So it's very important. Endeavor rewards more certainly than your prayers. Your prayers will not be answered that way. Cosmic law, for cosmic law, what will be useful? Your effort will be useful. Next one. Those endeavoring ceaselessly would mold their environments. He's saying, if you want to make your own environment, own situation, you have to work hard. You have to make endeavors. You have to work greatly. Then you can make your own environments. You can change your situations that way. That's what he wants to explain. So in these 10 chapters, he makes us understand that endeavors are important rather than all those things that we do, because it has been already designed in the nature by God. God has designed that. That is what is known as cosmic law, which cannot be changed, but you can do your efforts to do things in accordance with what is there in the nature. That is according to the cosmic law, already designed by God himself. Not even your prayer will give you answer if you go against cosmic law. Thank you.